Hello, and welcome back to ERP Tips and Tricks. Today, Sachin Thakri will be walking us through the next part of how to create a purchase order. Last time, Sachin showed us how to create the non-stocked line in the purchase order. Today, he will be showing us Part 4, miscellaneous charges and freight. Take it away, Sachin.
Thank you, Erika. So, friends, today we are back on creating the purchase order lines where we would like to enter, for most part, on miscellaneous charges or freights which we might have on a purchase order. So generally, the purchase order of miscellaneous charges or the freights are added after your stocked or the non-stocked has been created or has been added based on what that need is for the buyer. Okay, so I'm going to click and start with the miscellaneous charge first. So here you go. The moment I click on the miscellaneous charge, it comes up with a description saying that whatever that miscellaneous charge you are going to incur when you're going to buy that particular stock code or the non-stock code is what you want to add, right? So at this point, I'm going to just enter that description, what that service would be, and it could be anything. I'm just putting services or packaging or something like that. What you want, extra padding, uh, bubble wrap, and you would also want to then. So from here, you would tab out, get onto the amount, enter how much that service you want to pay for on the purchase order. So that would be $25. You are okay to pay that. And then what you would do is, if of course you will not have tax specified for those, but it will auto prompt. So at this time, what I would do is I would go back up here on the left top corner, click save. It's going to save. Okay, to save the miscellaneous lines, I would say okay. And as you see on the summary, it kind of shows up here. So as you kind of keep on seeing this, now you got the miscellaneous charge. The total value of the purchase order is kind of breaking it out, calling that as a other value, right? So the merchandise what we had purchase order earlier was $175. If you see that the 25 and the 5 times the quantity, that was the total. Now we added the miscellaneous charge, the service charge. Similarly, if there is a call out for separate freight on the purchase order, then what we would do is you will go to the same area of the purchase order stock lines and click on the freight. The moment you click on the freight, it will let you enter the standard freight you are planning to pay for this purchase order. So you might be willing to pay $20 as a freight for the total shipment. What the supplier is going to charge you. So you would enter that freight, and you would go back to the save. And to save, it will ask you to save the freight line. So click OK. And now, as you see, now that has come under the freight line is here. So when you print all this purchase order, you will see these lines called out. Again, in the other value, you are seeing that the freight and the miscellaneous charge got added, and it's kind of showing up in the total value and the other value as well. Just towards the end of this session I would just add one more, that if you need to add a comment to your purchase order line, you could always do that by clicking this comment button. You have different options of entering the comments. The one which you would use as on the fly, that today, okay, this is what I want the supplier to do for the PO, I would click the free form. If there are standard, which are comments which have already been maintained in the system, you would pick from any of those. If there is a stock code comment which is by default being maintained, that could be maintained here as well. But I will show you the free form text where you could enter any instructions to the supplier. So this kind of instructions you want to send it to the supplier when he gets the PO. And then you click here at the save, and it will ask you where do you want to enter, or if you don't want to enter it at the bottom, you could always do that I want to select and I want to enter it next to the first line, and on the printout it will do that. But by default, if you don't maintain any of that, it will automatically go at the bottom. Okay, and as you see here right at the bottom, that comment has been maintained. This completes the fourth and final part on how to create a purchase order by showing miscellaneous charge lines and freight lines. Thank you.
This completes the fourth and final part of our process on how to create a purchase order with the miscellaneous charge and freight lines. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe the Crawford Software YouTube channel in order to stay connected with all the best ERP tips and tricks. Thank you.